Hello guys, Sir Grandolot here. Ever since we got a reveal of some of the 2.x cycle characters, the two for whom I was the most hyped about were the chibi rabbit girl with a giant weapon, because I find that combination hilarious, and Orpheus. And today we got the beginning of the beta, although the beta is having some issues. So we got to see her animations and her kit. And I have very mixed feelings about her now. In terms of animation and how she looks like, she's amazing. I really like her. She's gorgeous. I like everything about her design and her animations. There are some people who are complaining about the fact that she's another waifu, but the people who complain about she looks like are gooning to Manato's floppy dick in his animations. So I'm not particularly concerned about the opinion of those people, doing air quotes about the word people. Now, moving on to the topic that I want to discuss today, which is Orphe and her kit. It's a little bit problematic. Well, from my account specifically, she has negative value. For other people's accounts, she may be amazing though. Now, the first tab that I share is this one with her base stats and basic dodge and dash and counter that are all those that she's not going to use ever. So don't worry about it too much. We can very quickly skip here to her skill because this is basically 90% of her kit. And the unique thing about Orphe is that she's an off-field character, a bit like Bernice and Vivian, but instead of relying on anomaly, she relies on, her regular attacks for damage. She doesn't do anything for anomaly, and she's an aftershocks character, meaning that her synergy, I was about to say main synergy, but it's actually her only synergy, is with 5-star Envy. There are some things that she can do while she's on field. Unfortunately, not her normal attacks are a bit cope, which is a pity because the animations are great. But if you check line number 5, special attack charge laser shot, like when she's on field, she has enough energy. She can do, a giga charge shot of destiny where she has. Her damage keeps increasing, she has interruption, and she reduces the damage that she receives, so there is some stuff that she can do on the field. Unfortunately, if you check, most of her abilities related to her skill are when she's off field, when a teammate attacks, because that's the whole point of her kit. What she is a character who stays mostly off field outside of chain attacks, parries, stuff like that, to regenerate energy, and then her laser does pew 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 and shoots at stuff while your main damage dealer is actually on screen, ideally Ambi. And that's basically everything about her kit, honestly. It's a very simple kit. Think about Shinchu in Genshin Impact. We don't have anything like that in Honkai Star Rail because it's a turn-based game, so you don't have on-field, off-field. But Shinchu is exactly like that. If you've ever played Genshin Impact, you know what I'm talking about. If you have not, Shinchu is a character who recharges his ultimate, casts his ultimate, and then he goes off screen forever until the moment that his ultimate is about to expire and you need to recharge it. Orphe is a little bit like that. Like she stays off screen, she's never on screen. She only shows up in, assists, chain attacks, stuff like that, and when she wants to throw her ultimate. And then that's not much else about her kit, unfortunately. I'm sure it's going to be good because MiHoYo is not releasing bad characters. But in terms of synergy, it's a bit problematic because we only have 5-star Envy. Now, let's look at this, the additional ability, the one that works based on the rest of your team. At the moment, Orphe wants a stun or a support character in the team. This for me is a little bit odd, just a little bit. Now, of course, the ability itself, you can read it to screen. More damage, ignore defense, so it's a very good ability. But I'm more interested in checking out the team building abilities, because requiring a stun or a support character, ideally the team is going to be either 5-star Ambi, Orphe, and trigger Ideally, what about supports? Well, you can buff everyone with someone like, Lucy, Astra, Nicole if you want to reduce defense and stuff like that. But what makes me wonder for the future of Orphe is what is Seed is going to be? Is Seed going to be a 5-star support for Aftershock characters and then RIP Trigger? Or is Trigger going to be another on-field damage dealer who can work as an alternative to 5-star Envy? Because unfortunately we are about 1 week away, well, at least a few days away from knowing what's going on with the remaining characters of the patch, because we don't know. The only character who is there mostly done is Orpheus, everyone else not really. So from what we can see now, Orpheus looks like a character that, if we had a few on-field damage dealers that relied on Aftershock, she would be amazing and a must pull. Right now, unless you have 5-star MB, there is a bit question mark regarding the value of Orpheus. And she looks a little bit like a cope pool to me. Essentially, you are hoping that in the near future there will be another 5-star. It could be a 4-star, but we know what happens to 4-star character when they are damage dealers. They get power crept 5 seconds within their beta cycle. But if we had alternatives to 5-star MB, Orpheus value would definitely much higher. It's a little bit like Bernice. Like, the reason why Bernice was good since the moment she was released is that we had a bunch of anomaly characters, and Bernice was good with pretty much all of them. And then we got Vivian, we got Yanagi. We have been living in anomaly zone 0 for a while now. But Bernie's value was never put in question because she synergized with all the anomaly characters in the game. Right now, Orphe is... you can have someone on field doing pew pew pew, like even Soldier 11, but then a huge chunk of her kit is not going to work due to her reliance on aftershocks and the fact that, for example, MB, 5-star MB, buffs everyone's aftershocks in the team. So at the moment, 5-star MB, Trigger, and Orpheus looks like a lock. Like, that team is going to be amazing. Everyone synergizes with everyone. Everyone is happy. And I have Trigger, but I don't have 5-star MB. So for me, it's like, what? How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? And as I was saying earlier, we don't know what Seed is going to do. I don't care what the potato dude... What's his name? I don't even remember it. Manato. Yeah, Manato. I don't care what he does. We don't know what Seed does. Hopefully he can work as an on-field pew 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 for Orpheus in a team together with Trigger. It would make me very, very happy. But we shall see. We definitely shall see. So at the moment, there is a little bit of a dark cloud hovering about my head, and it's a dark cloud of gameplay disappointment from a team building perspective, let's say. And not in terms of numbers, like the beta has basically just started and I don't goon to spread the shit. She's a new limited character, her damage output is going to be great. But if really ends up being a character that only synergizes with 5-star MB for God knows how long, I may have to consider skipping her, at least on her first run. Unless MiHoYo does the shady and dodgy thing of making her an on-field damage dealer with her first or second Mindscape, that kind of thing, because it could always happen that suddenly, if she's on the field with Mindscape, let's say 2, she recharges energy 3 times as fast, she gets an extra multiplier in her normal attacks, and I don't know, her normal attacks count as aftershocks. It's MiHoYo's game, they can do whatever they want to sell a new character. But my disappointment is... I don't want to go to quote review bra, because I'm not that disappointed, but let's see what happens during this beta cycle.